make public areas less attractive to the geese, Geese Peace was developed in Virginia by founder David Feld.
Anybody can do it, any community can do it. The first step, though, is organization and leadership in that community. And in Massachusetts, you've got plenty of that.
A walk around Boston's Charles River shows how geese build their nests on the ground, out of leaves, sticks, and their own feathers.
We have 2 definite new nests, but maybe 3 new nests. On our first visit, we found 22 nests and approximately 95 eggs. We went back a second time, and we found approximately 3 more new nests with anywhere from 4 to 5 eggs in them.
The goal is to humanely achieve a permanent end to conflicts with Canada geese in America. The Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the MSPCA, has worked closely with the Geese Peace founders to bring their successful program to Massachusetts.
It had a nest with a question mark that had 4 eggs in it.
The program is based on 3 main components. The first is population stabilization, also referred to as egg addling.
Cover the entire shell.
This involves coating underdeveloped eggs with corn oil during the first 2 weeks of development. This stops the eggs from hatching.
Eggs are only treated with corn oil, coated in the early stages of development before the air sac develops, which means there's only liquid inside the egg. There's no breathing entity inside the egg. It's just liquid. And to test the egg to be sure that it's before that air sac develops, and you do that by floating the egg in water.
This is our last nest, right?
Egg addling is an important part of the program for 2 reasons. First, it keeps the Canada geese population from growing, and second, it decreases the loyalty adult Canada geese have to a certain site.
When you have the population stabilization and no more new goslings, what you've done is you've taken the biological need for the Canada geese to stay in the area, because Canada geese will not leave their goslings.
Adult geese with no new goslings are easily moved off of a conflict site. An egg addling program is easy to operate and virtually cost-free. Only a handful of volunteers or staff members are needed to start an egg addling program.
We only had about 2 or 3 new nests.
Jen Roy is the program coordinator for the Esplanade Association. She actively recruits volunteers to assist in addling eggs at the Boston Esplanade. This program has high visibility and is a great place to educate the public on the effectiveness of addling.
Obviously, a large group of people who do the duck tours see us out there on the islands because they pass right by us. And so we've also worked with them to tell them what we're doing. And then the wonderful thing is there are tour guides who are giving a tour as they're passing the islands. Do let the people know what we are doing, and that it is a prevention tool, not a harassment tool. So that's very important. Is that a goose, Maisie?
The second part of the program is site aversion. This component utilizes a professional border collie service to turn areas which were once geese havens into unfriendly territory.
What we would do in this situation is clearly, there's no geese here right now, but what we would do is we would move the birds from the land into the water, and then we would put the dog and the handler in a kayak, and we would begin to paddle towards the birds. So by putting the dog in the boat, it sort of becomes a superpower, if you will.
The border collies are an integral part of the plan.
Walk up. Walk up. Walk up, Maisie. Shh. Shh. Shh.
And once the dogs get working, I think it might take a little bit of time for the geese to understand what the dogs are doing, and for the dogs to maybe get warmed up to the specific park or the specific area that they're working in. But once that's established, the dogs are incredibly effective.
The third and final component is the elimination of the feeding of Canada geese. Geese will move elsewhere once food handouts are removed, and the geese are forced to depend on the area's natural food supply.
If you feed geese, you're going to cause a situation where the geese will not want to leave an area because they're attracted by the artificial fun food, but will not be strong enough to endure a long flight, because feeding bread and corn to Canada geese is not as healthy and nutritious as grass, which gives them the strength to endure a long flight to Canada.
Education through signage and public outreach efforts to explain the potential harm with having wildlife depend on food from humans is most successful. Also, providing a kiosk where visitors can learn more about Canada geese behavior and biology and why feeding is not recommended has proven to work. The Geese Peace program is a humane, cost-effective, and long-term approach to making environments less welcoming to geese. Several communities across Massachusetts saw a dramatic reduction in geese numbers within the first month of applying the 3 components of the Geese Peace program.
So since implementing the Geese Peace program approximately 4.5–5 years ago, we've seen a pretty significant drop in the number of geese. We had maybe 300 on a given day 4 or 5 years ago, and today we might have 30 to 60.
It has proven to be a success in many parts of Massachusetts.
We have numerous thank you notes, people thanking us for not having to clean the strollers when they come home anymore, not having to wash their kids' sneakers. Kids can run around.
While this program is not a labor-free solution, it is a successful program that with commitment, determination, and cooperation can be implemented in more communities across Massachusetts.
Every community can have a peace with geese.